All right, what should the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets do? Currently watching a basketball game with San Diego State and Colorado State playing one another. And when I turned the game on, it was like 33-7 in the first half or first quarter, 33-7. And it looks like Colorado State has caught up. It was 58-55, I believe, last I checked. But that's an amazing comeback. I don't know how that's going to turn out as far as the final score is concerned. But what I want to talk to you about today is what should the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets do. Most of this is going to be dedicated to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I already did a video on the New York Jets and their head coaching situation. This was way early in the season, before things really got out of hand with them. And right now what's coming across the ticker is that Adam Gase is pretty much out the door. But it's interesting to check out that video that I have. I'll leave a link in the description on that one. And what I think is going on with the New York Jets franchise. But it's been some dismal years for that team. The only team that I see, actually the score is 58-54. San Diego State is in the lead. But anyway, I did one on that team and suggest, and possibly some of the things that are going on with that organization, why they can't seem to get out of a rut. So make sure you check that one out. But yeah, it looks like Adam Gase is officially gone from the New York Jets. But to me, it doesn't matter who you put in that situation there in New York. The results are still going to be the same. And like I said, just make sure you check out my video. I do have some coaching suggestions for them and some ways to possibly remedy what's wrong there in the Big Apple or over in New Jersey, wherever they play. But I'll make sure you check that one out. But back to Jacksonville. I guess they're going to get rid of Doug Marrone. This team has just pretty much sucked ever since they went into existence. I know they had a couple of good seasons. I know they beat the Denver Broncos in the playoff game some years ago. But I don't know. They just can't seem to get out of the rut there. I remember them showing the stadiums. The stadiums were empty. Even when they were having a little bit of success, the stadiums were empty. But before we jump into a permanent possible fix for Jacksonville, we're just going to go over some suggestions as far as what they may need to look at as far as a head coach is concerned. We're not going to touch the general managers or ownership on this team just yet, but I'm just going to look at some of the possibilities they can do as far as hiring a new head coach. And like I said, Doug Marrone, he's off the door pretty much. Came across the ticker. And just some suggestions that I have. Everyone is all up in arms about Urban Meyer bringing him to the NFL. But to me, it just doesn't work when you bring those guys into the NFL. I know there's some exceptions to the rule, but it just never turns out good for those guys that go from success in the NCAA to the NFL. Nick Saban is an example. You go in, you could possibly ruin your legacy going in and taking over a team in the NFL when you move on from the college ranks. So I just wish all the talk was squashed about Urban Meyer becoming a head coach. Some people had suggestions such as the Detroit Lions. Hearing his name tossed around now for Jacksonville. And I don't think that would be a right move for Jacksonville. I just don't. But here's my opinion on some people they should look at as far as the head coaching position is concerned. They got Fred Taylor, former Jacksonville Jaguar, outstanding running back when he was with the team. I think he holds several records with the team, if I'm not mistaken. I would give him a look. You need something to inject some excitement in this team and some excitement for the fans. Look at Fred Taylor. Another name I'm going to put out there for you is Tim Tebow. And I know how a lot of people feel about Tim Tebow. You hear Stephen A. Smith bash him. You hear all these guys bash him. And you know, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was God's will for him not to continue in the NFL, but he wasn't that bad of a player when he was in the NFL. I mean, I don't see how you can break all these records, hold all these records in college, playing at University of Florida in the SEC, I believe. And I mean, that's a tough football conference to be in, and for you to have that much success and go to the NFL, and you know, I don't know what happened there, but he didn't do too bad. I think they gave up on him too soon. And when he was traded, they really didn't give him the opportunity to play when he was traded from Denver. Can't remember where he was traded to, but they didn't give him a good opportunity. And that's just my feelings about it. But as far as a head coach is concerned, I would possibly take a look at him. Like I said before, you need something to inject some hope and excitement into this organization, or else the inevitable is going to happen, and we'll get into that. Eric Bieniemy, I hear his name being thrown around for the Detroit Lions job. Nah, not Detroit. He better be a better fit in Jacksonville. Detroit has been, you know, I don't know. Detroit just I'm a Detroit Lions fan. We are in a win now mode. We need somebody to come in and make changes right away. The Jacksonville Jaguars position, they know that team is going to be rebuilding for a couple seasons at least. So I think that would be a good pick for them as well, where he can come in and be comfortable and not feel pressure to win right away, because it's not expected by the fans or by the ownership. So I think he'd be a fit there as well. I'm going to call him out of the broadcasting booth, Michael Strahan. I'm about taking a look at Michael Strahan, asking him if he's interested in that position. You know, you bring someone in who is well respected in the league for the things that he did from a defensive standpoint with the New York Giants, you know, the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think that'll be a good fit. You need somebody in there that's going to inject some kind of excitement into this organization. Another one I have, former player, is Jerry Ball, former Detroit Lion, the big fella. Possibly bring him in. Take a look at him, give him an opportunity as a head coach in the league. I don't know if he's interested or not, but at least ring his phone to give him a call. And then you have Ian Shields out of Jacksonville University. He's a pretty good candidate. You might want to take a look at him and see what he's about. You know, he's led that college football team. This is not Jacksonville State University. This is Jacksonville University. He's had some great success with that school as a head coach. I offered a position to him. Give him a chance. But all this hype about Urban Meyer, and I think he'd be setting himself up for failure. I know he's done some wonderful things from the NCAA in the NCAA, but when you move up to the next level in the NFL, all that is forgotten about. They want you to win right away. And I know what I said about Jacksonville not expecting that a quick turnaround, but that's granted that you give one of these other guys an opportunity. What you're going to get from Urban Meyer is a fan base that's going to demand to win now, win right away. And like I said, I think it kind of tarnished his legacy. But yeah, that's just my take on that. And like I said, my front runners, all of the names that I mentioned, would be Fred Taylor, Tim Tebow, Eric Bieniemy, and Michael Strahan will be coming in, like as far as the fourth choice that I will have. But the top three, Fred Taylor, Tim Tebow, and Eric Bieniemy, I think they'd be great fits for this organization and what they could bring from a legacy and respectable standpoint. But I'm losing track of my words here. But they will bring something special to the team where expectations and hope will go up. So that's just my opinion on that. Now, if they don't get their quote unquote poop in a group, so to speak, you guys may lose your team there in Jacksonville. I hate to say it, but they got to get something going with that organization there. I mean, you can't be as dismal as that team has been over the years, and you know, with the fan support and things like that. But what could possibly happen and would be a good move for this team if they can't get their quote unquote poop in the group would be to move this team into Birmingham, Alabama. Alabama is we all know how huge of a football state that is. You know, you got Auburn, Alabama. You know, you got several other major colleges there as well, and they're just primed for an NFL team. And Legion Field, from what I understand, is open. You can do some renovations to it, and I remember the Birmingham Stallions used to play in that stadium, and not too bad of a stadium. I mean, in my college years, I visited a friend, and the stadium was practically in his backyard. So, yeah, with a few renovations there, I think you would get a nice fan base in Birmingham, Alabama, and get a state of Alabama professional football team. Those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. But something's got to be done about the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, you got two teams in the state of Florida. You got Miami and Tampa Bay, and you know, those teams have Tampa Bay, they had a few rough seasons. Yeah, I think they were one of the teams that went 0-16 or something like that. But you know, they did become competitive after a while, and I believe they even won I want to say they won a Super Bowl. Was that with Tony Dungy as the head coach? Yeah, I think they did win a Super Bowl. And Miami, all those years of them going back and forth with the San Diego Chargers, they had excitement too. But Jacksonville, you know, I'm just hopefully they get it together. I don't want anyone to lose their professional sports team, because I know that hurts. But if they can't get it together, I believe Birmingham, Alabama will be the spot to relocate that organization to, and hopefully that change the story of this franchise and get them to become a winner and a prominent force in the NFL. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care of yourself.